On January 27, 2026, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists announced that its symbolic Doomsday Clock has been reset to 85 seconds to midnight, the closest to catastrophe the clock has ever been in its nearly 80-year history. Midnight on the clock represents a hypothetical global disaster wrought by human-made dangers. This year's adjustment places the clock 4 seconds closer to midnight than in 2025 and reflects what scientists describe as heightened existential risks from nuclear weapons, climate change, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and geopolitical instability. A symbol of rising risks. The Doomsday Clock was first created in 1947 by scientists, including Manhattan Project veterans, as a metaphorical gauge of the danger posed by nuclear weapons. Over the decades, its scope has broadened to include other threats such as climate change and emerging technologies. The clock's new setting at 85 seconds to midnight, previously unthinkable outside of Cold War extremes, underscores what experts see as a failure to curb growing global dangers. Nuclear tensions, ongoing conflicts, and the erosion of arms control frameworks, including the pending expiration of key treaties, raise concerns about uncontrolled escalation among nuclear-armed states. Climate change, intensifying extreme weather events, and inadequate global action on emissions highlight the ongoing risks tied to environmental destabilization. Artificial intelligence and technology, rapid, unregulated advances in AI and biotechnology are seen as amplifying other threats, from misinformation to potential misuse in warfare and public health. Geopolitical breakdown, rising nationalism, and adversarial international relations have weakened cooperative mechanisms that might reduce existential risk. Experts urge action, not panic. Scientists involved in setting the clock emphasize that the measure is not a literal countdown but a call to action for global leadership and cooperation. Alexandra Bell, President and CEO of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, said the world hasn't made sufficient progress to reduce deepening threats and that every second counts in averting catastrophe. Historically, the Doomsday Clock was set at its farthest point, 17 minutes to midnight, in 1991, following the end of the Cold War and major nuclear arms reductions. Despite the dire symbolism, scientists note that turning the clock back remains possible if nations and civil societies take bold steps on disarmament, climate commitments, and technology governance. Why this matters. The Doomsday Clock has become a widely recognized indicator of humanity's collective risk at a given moment in history. The 2026 reading, closer to midnight than ever before, signals scientists' deep concern about the current trajectory of global threats. As world leaders, researchers, and activists debate solutions, the symbolic clock remains a stark reminder. In the words of its backers, the threats humans create must be addressed before they overwhelm us.